Today, let me share the secret with you that's guaranteed to make your friends buy you food. When you finish a meal and your friend is quote-unquote looking for his wallet, just walk up to the register and pay for the meal first. Since you pay this time, they have to pay next time, right? Don't just wait around for your friend to magically treat you out. Take the first step, teaching by example. If you give first, others will definitely give back. This is Kevin's Hot Beat. Our first song on Kevin's Hot Beat for Saturday, June 7th was 상남자, Boy in Love by 방탄소년단, BTS. Hello guys, I'm Kevin from Zell. Paying first to get someone else to buy you food? Well, in many countries around the world, it's natural for people to split the bill. But in Korea, it's considered better for someone to treat their friends out a meal. But to take advantage of that, remember that you have to pay sometimes first. Trust me, you will appreciate it more later. I wish I could treat you out to some food, but since I can't, I'll treat you some good music. And of course, good messages and stuff. The next 2 hours are on me, so enjoy guys. Now here is how you can tune into Hot Beat. We've got FM stations in Jeju Island, and these are the areas that you can find out. 88.7 in Jeju, 88.1 in Seogwipo, 101.9 in Daejeong, and we've got terrestrial DMB as well. You can also tune in to us from New York in the US via snbus.com or SNB Radio. On weekends, you can also listen in from Radio Korea in LA, Los Angeles, USA. And I'd love to hear from you guys, so leave us your comments, messages, and song requests here on the Happy Message board at www.arirangfm.com/hotbeat. You can write your messages in any languages. Today, once upon a time, we are going to take a trip into the past, and then, on part 2, we'll be talking about the particular theme on Tell Me Something. Now, let's kick off today's Hot Beat with 2 songs. 어쩌다 마주친 그대, How You Encountered by 정동화, 나는 문제없어, No Problem by 이정. Welcome abroad, the time machine of Once Upon a Time. Starting this week, we'll be turning back time once a week. Bon voyage! On this segment, we take a trip down memory lane like our grandmothers do when they tell us the stories of good old days. Today, we're going back to June 1999. 1999. Now, what were the biggest headlines of June 1999? Alright, Michael Jackson meets Korea. Yes, on June 25th, 1999, Michael Jackson came to Korea to give his Michael Jackson and Friends concert at the Jamsil Stadium. It was an amazing concert, 400 concert staff and 400 tons of equipment. The performance lasted 5 hours in front of 45,000 fans, and with guest performances by top K-pop groups H.O.T. and S.E.S. Now, next, VJ competitions on the rise. This was a cable TV beginning to grow in Korea, and music channels like Mnet and KMTV began to gain popularity, making VJs or video jockeys popular as well. The perception that was that all you needed to be a VJ was individuality and on-camera presence. And over 2,000 people entered the VJ Discovery competition held in June 1999. 2,000 people for 5 spots. I think it was hard to be a VJ than an idol back then. Next, The Ring gives Korea the chills. In 1999, June, the horror movie Ring hits Korean theaters. It was the remake of Japanese movie for same title, reinterpreted in Korean style. The Korean version was considered scarier than a Japanese original. Remember the demon crawling out of the TV? Ooh. Alright, programmers racked up Crash. Online games were Star something. It's a game. began to gain popularity around this time, and there were tons of professional tournaments that drew in over 10,000 players. The prize for first place, well, guess what? 30 million won! Jeez, I should have tried that pro gaming one day. You know, make some money. Cash! Cha-ching! Alright, that was the overall news in Korea in June 1999. Well, after some music, we'll be zooming in on the entertainment industry. Here is 만남, Meeting by Coyote, 가까이, Closer by Sharp. That was 만남, Meeting by Coyote, 가까이, Closer by Sharp. We're continuing on Once Upon a Time. Let's take a look at the major entertainment news of that time. Tomato is a big hit. In June 1999, the top drama was Tomato. Featuring Kim Hee-sun and Kim Seok-hun. The drama reached ratings up to 52.7%, and everything that Kim Hee-sun did or became turned. Well, her, hairbands, her makeup, even the yo-yo her character played with on the screen. So basically, whatever she done was like the big issue back then. June 1999 comebacks. Well, a lot of singers made their comeback this month, but Jung-hwa was the hot issue, who came out with her fifth album title, 몰라, 알 수가 없어. Her cyber-style makeup and water headphones were a huge shock. Lee also came out this month with Rain and Country Coco with a song called One Heart. In addition to comebacks, there was a notable debut as well. Baek Ji-young, who is currently promoting her song Still in Love, debuted in June 1999 with a Latin dance song called Choice. She praised as a rookie who had top singing and dance talents. Finally, let me tell you about the short survey conducted among users of online messengers. The first question was, who will be the first Korean singer to make it on to the Billboard charts? People answered number 1, H.O.T., number 2, Chicks Kiss, of course, in H.O.T.'s rival, and number 3, Yoo Seung-jun. Wow, yeah, Yoo Seung-jun. Yes, meanwhile, when asked which Korean actor would be the first to make it to Hollywood, number 1 was Han Seok-kyu, number 2 was Jung Woo-sung, and number 3 was Shim Eun-ha. Interesting. Now, we'll be back after listening to two songs. Here is 몰라, 알 수가 없어. 몰라, Don't Know by Jung-hwa, and 선택, Choice by Baek Ji-young. 몰라, Don't Know by Jung-hwa, and 선택, Choice by Baek Ji-young. We're traveling back through time, yes, with our Saturday segment, Once Upon a Time. Now let's move on to the charts for June 1999. Well, first, number 7, Kim Bum-soo's Promise, 약속. Yes. Well, this was the debut title song released by Kim Bum-soo in 1999. At the time, he was the faceless singer who didn't promote on TV at all, but his music video featured Kim Seok-hun and Myung Se-bin instead. Kim Bum-soo's face was a closely guarded secret. Shh. Now, number 6 was Lee Seung-cheol's Only You, 오직 너뿐인 나를. This was the 6th album of Lee Seung-cheol, the former vocalist for rock group Buhal. He was highly praised for his emotional expression in this song. And here we go. Number 5, Kim Min-jong's Pure. This is the title track of Kim Min-jong's 5th album. He was famous today as an actor, but in the 1990s, he was also the major hit singer who hit a home run with each new track. Now, number 4, Shinhwa's T.O.P. Yes. Yes, Twinkling of Paradise. That's T.O.P. Well, this was Shinhwa's second album title track. The acronym T.O.P. was for Twinkling of Paradise. This was when Chunjin had bob hair. It's worth checking out. It's hilarious. Number 3, Park Jung-hyun's I'll Write to You, 편지할게요. This song was Park Jung-hyun's second album, and it was one of the most popular songs at singing rooms. Apparently, a lot of people try to sing the song because Park Jung-hyun made the high notes seems so easy. Number 2, Kim Yeon-cheol's Romance. Yes. This was a title track on Kim Yeon-cheol's 7th album. It has Kim Yeon-cheol's unusual prose-like lyrics and simple vocal style. Well, most of these songs, I don't kind of get it because it was like after 2 years after I was born, so, Well, anyways, we'll find out the top song of June 1999 after some music. T.O.P. Twinkling of Paradise by Shinhwa and 편지할게요. I'll write you a letter by Park Jung-hyun. Okay, you've just heard T.O.P. Twinkling of Paradise by Shinhwa and 편지할게요. I'll write you a letter by Park Jung-hyun. You're listening to Once Upon a Time. Now, what was the top song of June 1999? It was Finkel's 영원한 사랑, Eternal Love. Eternal Love from Finkel's second album was the top song of June 1999. The most important part of the song, 약속해줘. Promise me. That means promise me. This song was the Finkel's number 1 on SBS 인기가요 for 3 continuous weeks and for 2 weeks on KBS Music Bank. Now the time machine of Once Upon a Time is returning to the present. Join me again next week for the more news and more updates. Now here is some more music for you. 영원한 사랑, Forever Love by Finkel. Alrighty, now it's already time to close out part 1 of Hot Beat, but I'll be back in second half with the segment Tell Me Something. Here is 2 songs for you. 여전히 아름다운지, Is It Still Beautiful by 김현우, and 너에게, To You by 성시경. Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to listen to the Hot Beat. All the sexy girls out there, are you ready to join? BET Hot Beat. Now, welcome back to the second hour of Hot Beat. That was 눈, 코, 입, Eyes, Nose, Lips by Taeyang. Let me tell you again how you can tune into Hot Beat. We've got FM stations in Jeju Island, and these are the areas that you can find out. 88.7 in Jeju, 88.1 in Seogwipo, 101.9 in Daejeong, and we've got terrestrial DMB as well. You can also tune into us from New York in the US via snbus.com or SNB Radio. If you got a smartphone, just search for Arirang Radio in your app store. It's a free app. You can listen to our program on the move and leave your comments through the smartphone Arirang Radio app. Also, you can listen to Arirang Radio through TuneIn. It's an online radio service site with 40 million users worldwide. You can download TuneIn through Google Play or the App Store. And I love to hear from you guys, so leave us your comments, messages, and song requests here on a Happy Message board at www.arirangfm.com/hotbeat. You can write your messages in any languages. Now I'll be playing more music for you. 위험해, Dangerous by Gray, featured by 박재범, J Park, and 너만 보여, Darling by Top Bob, featured by Bumkey. On this segment, we get to talk about anything we want with one theme each week. It's Tell Me Something. Tell me, tell me, tell me. On tonight's Tell Me Something, we'll be talking about strange coincidence that always seem to be happen to you. It might be the personal curse or maybe something that brings you good luck. I wonder what you will be telling me about. Now, let's get started with a song. Actually, 2 songs. 가슴 시린 이야기, Heart Aching Story by 휘성, featured by 용준영, and 내 얘기야, My Story by 박수진. You've just heard 가슴 시린 이야기, Heart Aching Story by 휘성, featured by 용준영, and 내 얘기야, My Story by 박수진. Now you're listening to Tell Me Something. Alright, let's hear about your personal curses or lucky jigs. Number 1, Kang Jinju from Korea. Hello DJ, Kevin. KDJ! My personal curse is that once I make plans with someone, all of a sudden everyone wants to make plans. I usually go home right after work because I'm usually free. I spend days alone at home, and when I make plans of one day, I get calls from a whole line of other people. Friends I haven't seen in a while, friends that tell me that they have free tickets to play, and friends that all of a sudden, they say, want to treat me to dinner. Why does this everyone want to hang out with me at all at once when I'm free most other times? There's only so many people I can meet after work. I have to refuse some of them because I can't make the time. This is very weird curse that spontaneously makes me extremely busy, is draining my energy. Well, sometimes it happens. Whenever you're free, there is no one to play. There is no one to hang around. But when you're so busy, a lot of people just call you. Hey, Kevin, what are you doing? Let's meet at the cafe. Let's talk. Let's go somewhere. All these messages, just morphing. It morphs. Yes, I don't know why, but it happens. Well, it's not a bad jinx. Okay, it's not a bad jinx. I guess not. This is a worse jinx, but it's a good thing because you can see the people around you and they thinking about you. It's a good thing. So yeah. Smart we are from Singapore. Whenever I took examinations or tests, I would need it karma, 대추 야자, which is in Korean, or dates, as I believe it can make me remember what I study for upcoming examinations or tests easily and be prepared for examinations or tests without eating karma or dates. Okay. It does make me feel so weird now that it's already become a habit of mine. Okay. Well, in Korea, whenever high school, the end of the year, the test examination is coming, a lot of people beware of eating miyeokguk, which is seaweed soup. And because it's slippery, because it's very sticky, so it's kind of slippery. So, which means if you eat miyeokguk, it's bad for your test. Yes, you're not gonna pass. It won't be good. A lot of people give them the tteok, rice cakes, because it's very sticky. So stick to your test. Another meaning with their test. So yeah, there are a lot of that's happening, but it's a good thing. Like if you have something, and if that makes your test goes well, then I think it's a good thing. Yeah. Rinka from Japan. I don't have a personal curse, but I have a lucky jinx, and that is always having to wear my socks on the left foot first. Huh? Why? One day I looked up my fortune, and there it said that if you put on your left sock first, you will have a good fortune. So after that, I started to put my left sock on by habit. For some reason, I feel like whenever I put my left sock on first, I'll have a good day. What's your lucky jinx, Kevin? Let me know. Okay, I'll be talking about this jinx after some music. Here is 이 남자, the Man by Veloce. If I Love You by NSUNG, featured by 이단엽차기. Alright guys, that was 이 남자, the Man by Veloce, and If I Love You by NSUNG, featured by 이단엽차기. Two kicks. Alright, let's continue. Some of your messages on our Saturday segment. Tell me something. We were talking about the personal curses and lucky coincidence. Now here is Ihemi from Korea. I don't have a curse, but a lucky jinx. In situations where a license plate number in front of me has the same number as my phone number, or when the clock says the exact time I was born, it lifts my mood and I feel like I'm going to have a great day. Also, whenever I feel like listening to a certain song and it starts playing on the radio, I feel extremely lucky and go about my day in a great mood. I hope the song I'm thinking of comes out on Upbeat today. Well, sometimes it happens. I actually had my phone and my earphone, and I was like having just a little jog, just a little walk down the Han River, and I was listening to what song was it? Oh, Brian McKnight's Shoulda Woulda Coulda. And I don't know, luckily I was going passing this convenience store, and on the radio they were playing the same song that I was listening to. Yeah, so I was kind of surprised. But it's a coincidence, a lucky coincidence, I guess. Yeah, I feel good sometimes when that happens. Minako from Japan. Hi, Kevin. I'm a personal curse of the office at I work. Whenever we have a company dinner, the weather is always terrible. It rains like crazy whenever we went to eat out in spring or summer. And in the winter, it snows so much that the road ices over. My boss calls me the man that brings rain and snow. We call these people ame otoko. Ame otoko. Ame otoko, the rain man. Yeah, the rain man in Japanese. Who is ame otoko in there? Well, we have this weird jinx. Whenever we have a showcase, concert, especially showcase or the fan meetings, for the first time, it happens. It rains. I don't know why, but it rains. So probably there is ame otokodachi, yeah, which means rain guys, rain man, yeah. Well, but it's not a bad thing, right? Raining is, I know it's a coincidence, but it's not a bad thing. Well, Pishi from Japan. Hi, Kevin. I don't think I have a personal curse, but a good luck jinx. Whenever I wake up before my alarm goes off, I'm always in a good mood. I always feel like my day will be filled with luck and that nothing will go wrong. These days, people treat me out and I win lucky raffles. Ooh, lucky you. Everything gets better depending on your attitude. My day is always great whenever I start my day in a good mood. That is my lucky jinx. Lucky you, Pishi. Leah Faith from Singapore. Whenever I watch my school sports team competitions, my school's team will lose. So I will not want to go to watch. I'm not superstitious though, so I don't think of any other things that happen is due to any curse. Interesting. Well, okay, here is some more music for you. Why So Serious? Why So Serious? By Shiny, and Gabujima, Don't Mess With Me by Two Eyes. Alrighty-o, that was Why So Serious by Shiny, and Gabujima, Don't Mess With Me by Two Eyes. On Tell Me Something, we talk about set themes every week. Today we're talking about personal curses and lucky jinx. Let's take a look at some more messages. Manami from Japan. Hello, Kevin. In my hometown, Hokkaido, we have 2 subway stations named Land of Love and Happiness Station. Ooh, that's good. People say that if you have tickets for everywhere in between these 2 stations, you will fall in love. Oh, my love, my darling. Yes, I remember collecting those tickets like crazy when I was younger. From Manami. Well, yeah. But did it happen to you? That's the important thing. Did it ever happen to you? Wondering. Mira Cha from Korea. I have a curse where if I have something important to do and I dress up for it, weird things start to happen. That's weird. That's why whenever I have something important to do, I always dress messier. When I have school exams, I can't shower the night before. When I shower, it's as if I'm washing away the knowledge I gained from all of the all-nighters I pulled studying. There was a time when I messed up my exam after I showered. That's why whenever I have exam, in an interview, a presentation, or blind date. A blind date? Come on. Blind date, you have to have a shower. 왜요? 소개팅인데. Why? I always wash less and wear the same underwear. 진짜요? Really? Aww. It's a little bit dirty. 좀 그렇죠. 네. But oddly enough, the day always ends well. Well, after all, you said it's going to be good, so, yeah, why not? But, blind dates? I don't know. Maybe you can use perfume. Yeah, we got a lot of cosmetics these days, so you can use one of them. Yeah, you can cover it. 냄새는 안 나겠죠. 하루 안 씻었는데. Well, we won't smell, just it's been one day. Yeah. Alright, Chimiko from Japan. I'm a girl that wear glasses. My personal curse is that whenever I get new glasses, I get hit in the face with some sort of sports ball. Ouch. In middle school, I went to get new glasses with a friend of mine, and I got hit in the face with a tennis ball. Ouch. In high school, I was keeping score of basketball game, and I got in the face with the basketball again. Now, whenever I get new glasses, I always have to go back to fix them. I got new glasses recently, and I'm trying my best to avoid getting hit in the face. Ouch. That's weird. Well, I never wore glasses before, but wow, that's very dangerous because that's you have the what do you call the glass right in the right front of your eye. That's very dangerous. How about you get a lens instead of getting glasses? I mean, these days we have a lot of good brands of lenses. So why don't you change to lenses? Well, thank you for your messages, everyone. Keep sending your messages again for next week. Let's listen to some of songs. Here is Drawing the Line by Royal Pirates and Wild and Young by Kang Seung-yun. Okay, that was Drawing the Line by Royal Pirates and Wild and Young by Kang Seung-yun. It's time to wrap up tonight's Tell Me Something Already, where you told me about your personal jinx. Next week, I think that we should talk about how to relieve stress. All those stresses. Now, the weather is getting hotter and tempers are bound to get shorter. The most important thing is to get rid of stresses as soon as we can. So tell me now, how you relieve your stresses, and we can swap these tips to you guys. I'll be waiting for your messages on our message board. Now, just remember that you guys, when you writing your messages, please include our segment title, Tell Me Something. Yes, on your message. Yes, and my personal jinx. Well, I don't know. I never thought about my jinx. My lucky ones I do have, which is whenever I go on a stage, if I just dance, free dance. I just randomly dance to, random things. Then it helps me better. It helps me better to sing more better, dance better. So I sometimes it happens to other idols, I guess, because it's so nervous right before the show. So whenever you use your muscle, by just dancing freely, then I think it helps. Yeah, I think that's one lucky tip for me. And, I don't know, to others as well. And it's time to say goodbye, guys, to Heartbeat on Saturday, June 7th. Its last song would be Moment by Solutions. I'll see you guys tomorrow. 안녕!